Okay, so I'm going to try these one sample tests here. This is second attempt on this video, so we'll see if it turns out any better. The last one I did just had a green screen. Okay, so I'm going to quickly go through these various tests that are on the left-hand side. One sample Z of data, one sample T without data, and down to the one sample chi-square. So this is going to go very quickly. One sample Z, stat, Z stats, one sample, summary, and I put in what I know. So my sample means 18.5. Standard deviation is 1.4. That's a known standard deviation. Population standard deviation 30. Changes to my hypothesized means of 20. My alternative is less than. And move this up so you can see it. And I'm getting the Z-stat and p-values. And you should know how to deal with those. I'm just showing you how to get to the information. All right, next one is, let's roll up so we can see it. One sample Z, but same hypotheses, same known standard deviation, population standard deviation, but now I have data. So stat Z, one sample, data. Got to say where the data is at. In my case, it's var1. Though what's different is I have to tell this where the standard deviation, or what the standard deviation is. Change my hypotheses. And I'm hitting compute down at the bottom. And there's my information based on the sample. So this sample does not have the same sample mean as this one up here. That's why the Z-stat and p-value are different. One sample T without data. So T-stat, sample, summary. Put in my sample means 50. My sample standard deviation is 4.5. Sample size is 35. Hypothesized mean is 45. It's a two-tailed test. And compute. T-stat p-value, so you definitely reject that one. Next one would be a one sample T of data. And I'm just going to use the same data I already have in here. The difference is I don't know the population standard deviation. So I'm going to go with a T, one sample, data. Here I don't have to put in standard deviation. The computer is going to calculate it for me because it's going to use the sample standard deviation. 20 less than compute. T-stat p-value a little bit bigger. And, well, we're testing different things from these two. So that has a 0 p-value, well, a completely different problem than this one. The last one sample test I'm going to do is a one sample chi-square. That's what it says over here. You can't see it. One sample chi-square. I'm testing this. But remember, when we're putting standard deviations into StatCrunch, it's going to want the population variance and the sample variance. So I have to square those. Stat. Variance stats. That's where one sample chi is. So one sample chi, if you go variance one sample with summary. Sample variance is 4.5 squared, 20.25. Sample size, in this case, is a 33. Hypothesized variance is 3.3 squared, which is 10.89. And I think I have everything else set. Hit compute. There's my test stat, and there's my p-value. So you can pause this, go through it slower if you want. All right, review it.